I am Major General John Enenche Rtd. I would like to briefly testify about my encounter with His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. I was the first commander of the Internal Security Operations in Anambra State when he assumed office as the Executive Governor in March 2006. The operation was a collective effort of the Nigerian military and police. His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi provided a political direction, strategic guidance, and general support for restoring security to the entire state within a record period of about 2 weeks for the flashpoints and about 3 months for the entire area of our operational responsibility. He exhibited total political will and unflinching commitments towards securing Anambra State. All the needed non-kinetic and kinetic measures were employed with his personal involvement to tackle insecurity in the state, and he was directly in charge. Thereafter, I proceeded to Liberia in October 2006 for United Nations missions in Liberia. Interestingly, on returning to location after our rotation back to Nigeria in April 2007, the conducive security situation still persisted in Anambra State. My dear Nigerians, from this precedence, it can be deduced that, given the opportunity, a similar feat can be achieved by His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi for our dear country Nigeria. Thank you and God bless.
Now, from my own view, what I have observed, two basic things, or three basic things. One, issue of land, indigene, non-indigene, critical, which is political. That is supposed to be sorted out politically. Secondly, the issue of the movement of animals. I have told people over time that when they say farmer herders clash means two things are moving. But if a farm is standing and an animal comes in, it's not a clash. It's somebody entering somebody's property. So we must find solutions to how, which means if the animals don't move, we don't have issues. Now again, because of that, again, we have issues of rustling of animals. Which means if we don't even rustle animals again that are moving, again, there won't be most of this problem happening. So those are the three critical aspects that we must be able to address clearly. And like I said, most of it is political solution that needs to come into it. Because it's not what the military can solve. What we can stop is to try and stop people from attacking each other.
I hope you listened to those two men. The other army officer that spoke after Enenche is the current Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa. So you saw what he said. So he said the issue of security that we have in Nigeria has to do with having political will. So he is saying that the issue we have, that there is nothing much the military can do to stop the insecurity. I hope you heard what he said. He said it is for the politicians, especially of course the president, to have the political will to take decisions that will stop the insecurity. So, and you listen to Enenche also, his testimony about Peter Obi. What did he say? That Peter Obi had the political will. So while the current Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, is complaining that why they cannot solve the insecurity problem in Nigeria permanently is because of the lack of political will from the presidency, of course, because anything that has to do with national security stops at the desk of the president. So when he's talking about the political will, definitely it has to do with who is the president of Nigeria. So what Christopher Musa is saying, that the reason why we have this insecurity persisting is because of the political will, or lack of it, actually, to be able to deal with it. So it is because we have presidents who lack the political will to solve the insecurity problem, especially the issue of insurgency in Nigeria. We understand the other criminalities, but particularly on insurgency, he said that the problem is that we lack presidency that has the political will. And then watch what Enenche said about Peter Obi, that Peter Obi had the political will to deal with the insecurity while he was the governor of Anambra State. And this is the same testimony everywhere. All the security chiefs, commissioner of police that worked under Peter Obi, every one of them has this testimony to give, that they would say he was in command, he was in control, that he had the political will. And that is what makes the difference. That is what makes the difference. So you can see the current chief of defense staff complaining that the issue is not them. So when the military comes out to tell you that they are not the problem, he now knows there is a problem. He said that it is only the president that has the political will. That is what he's saying, loud, if Nigerians can hear it. In fact, that man spoke volumes. That man said something that, makes that if Nigerians are listening in between the lines, if Nigerians can understand in between the lines, he is actually saying it loud and clear that for us to solve the insurgency problem in Nigeria, that we need a president that has the political will. That is it. The man has spoken something very loud, if we can understand. What he is saying loud and clear is that Nigeria needs to have a president that, we have the political will to deal with the insurgency. And then on the other hand, Major General Enenche Rtd is telling you that when he worked with Peter Obi in Anambra State, that Peter Obi had the political will. That Peter Obi, he kept mentioning it, that this man had the political will to deal with whatever insurgency they had in Anambra State. So you can compare the two. You can see what we're saying. So, and this is the issue when we are talking about Peter Obi and, him being the president of Nigeria. Not just about the economy, also in the issue of security, that we are going to begin to see something very, very different. We'll begin to see result, not just talking and rhetorics and going up and down and all those kind of things, but you will see real result. They are there. The two generals, the major general and then the general himself, they have made it clear that what we need to solve the security problem in Nigeria is a political will. And the only person among those contesting that a major general had come out openly to say, look, when I worked with this man, he had the political will, is Peter Obi. He is the only person. And this general has been, going round and talking about when he worked with Peter Obi, how this man was in command and in control. All I'm saying is we have election in 2027. We just have to do whatever that is within our own power to ensure that Peter Obi becomes our president. Because we need a president that has the political will to deal with the issue of insecurity in Nigeria. Thank you so much. Remember, a new Nigeria is possible.